Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
And we give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite sports icons and athletes. I'm Boom Gonzalez. And in tonight's game plan, we'll break down the winning start of Creamline and Choco Mucho in the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
And we'll take a peek at the preparations of the F2 Logistics cargo movers ahead of their opening match in the PVL. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. Well, the wait is over for volleyball fans as the PVL action is back in full swing for the All-Filipino Conference. For the opener last Saturday, the Choco Mucho Flying Titans had a straight-set victory over the Akari Chargers. Maddie Madayag emerged as the player of the game with 11 points in her comeback. For the second match, the defending champs, the Creamline Cool Smashers, swept the Petrogas Angels. Michelle Gumabao and Sed Domingo put up 13 points apiece for the winning squad. Let's find out more about these exciting opening weekend games with the newest face of the PVL broadcast team. Volleyball analyst Ayala Estrañero, congratulations and welcome to the game.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight.
Are you?
I feel like I'm gonna go through a very difficult exam with
grilling session
in front of me right now.
Nothing you don't know about.
Yeah.
Nothing you don't know.
Absolutely. You know, I'm just out of curiosity. How is the transition? Kasi syempre, from being a player, now sitting on the chair with the headset on, being the analyst, kamusta naman yung experience?
It has been good so far, especially that I'm surrounded with, people like you guys who are very supportive. And I've talked about this with Boom before. Boom knows how nervous I am every single time. But he explained to me how it was actually an entire process from when I was playing, the guestings I've been through before, and then I did a couple of games in the UAP in the previous season, and now I'm here with PVL. So it's a long transition, but it has been very smooth so far.
Trust the method to the madness lang yan. Very good. Congratulations. We're happy. As I said on TV, we miss you playing in the PVL, but we're happy that we're sitting beside you. So there. Okay, let's talk volleyball. Wow.
All right, so Choco Mucho, let's start off with that win against Akari. Again, Maddie made all the news because she looks good. She looks good in her return. Did serve last time around, and this is technically not her real comeback, but then it felt like she's actually back now. What do you make of her performance?
No, I think she really did well in her first game. Like what you said, again, it's not technically her first game, but it's her first game that we've seen her play her usual role as a middle blocker. She played in the previous season, the Reinforced Conference, as a service specialist, something that she's also really good at the service line. But again, her in her usual form as a middle blocker, doing the running attacks, her A-quicks, very efficient as usual. It's something that we're very happy for her to actually come back with that form, especially that, again, she trusted the process.
You and I were not joking, but kind of like saying in the production room in the second set that, hey, wouldn't it be great if she wins player of the game in their comeback?
Exactly, yeah.
And she actually did. So what a great story for the PVL in that first game. Another great story is they're with the under Coach Dante Alinsunurin.
So, Coach Dante Alinsunurin actually has that aura that is very calm, very relaxed. So I think it also translates in how his players are actually playing. We've seen them. We know what they're capable of. They've had a lot of achievements in their collegiate career. It's a matter of just really honing those skills as a team and as a unit. So yun yung nakita natin. They played more happy. They played happier, more relaxed. We've seen a couple of smiles. They're more aggressive now. But again, it's hard to say whether they've adapted already the system of Coach Dante because it was just their first game.
I like how we're actually counting the smiles, of course, on the floor. Pero tama ka dun eh. And of course, speaking of coaches, Petrogas also have a new mentor with Coach O. And your thoughts on his start as well, because syempre, different type of coach also.
Oh, I think it was quite difficult to them to face Creamline right away in their first game, especially that Coach O just entered. Boom and I talked about this, entered the team early January 10 to be specific, right, Boom?
Yeah.
So it's hard to adapt the system right away. There's a lot of work to do in terms of chemistry between the coach and the players, the communication that has need to be developed through the process. But again, we've seen that the players play their best, but again, it needs to take time for them to fully adapt the system.
And then unfortunately, they went up against a team that basically is our national team in the last year, towards the end of the year. Even without Eliza Valdez, they're used to that. They competed internationally. Your thoughts? And after that game, now that, kumbaga, nahimasmasan ka na rin, Ayel, at napag-isipan mo na yung laro ng Creamline and Petrogas.
No, we talked a lot about the absence of Eliza Valdez, but again, we didn't feel the absence given everyone in the team actually stepped up. To a lot of names came in the scoreboard. Tots Carlos, Michelle Gumabao, said Domingo, both in 13 points. Panaga, also Gemma Galanza as usual. So it's a team with a lot of MVPs, and again with the leadership of Gia de Guzman, who really played a great volleyball. Her setting distribution was on point as usual. She was really able to activate all her attackers, giving them a lot of opportunity to score points for their team.
You know, you mentioned Gia, and every time I think of Gia, I think of yung consistency niya throughout her entire career. And when you take a look at that, just how is it going up against someone like that? Na alam mo, okay, this person's probably going to do all of this, and it's going to be tough to stop.
You know, earlier I was thinking about it. Si Gia yung type ng player na when you kind of associate it with a student, siya yung straight A's lagi. you know na not because she's just good, it's also because she trains well and she prepares well. So a lot of work she has done behind the scenes, and that's the biggest reason why she's able to do that, you know, during the game. So yun lang, straight A student in volleyball as well. That's Gia de Guzman.
All right. Finally, we have to ask about Akari. Din Santiago joining them. She looked good. But Akari, unfortunately, could not win a set against Choco Mucho. But what are your impressions in general?
Din Santiago, for me, actually, is the perfect person they need to fit in their system. Especially that relatively, they're a very young team, a lot fresh from college. They need a veteran. So it's a great opportunity for her to actually lead this young team, for her to also grow as a veteran as well, because apparently, Carrie joined the Reinforced Conference. That's the first conference they joined. They had Mama Pre, their Olympian
less than 2
import.
months to prepare.
And she produced a lot of points for them. So now that's the bunch of points they need to fill into. So they need, you know, Din Santiago as a veteran to step up for them.
Her and Bang Pineda are going to play a crucial role as veterans for the Akari Chargers. Right. Don't move a muscle, Ayel. We will still need you. But after the